Hey, it's Jeff, everyone. On today's Disney Roundup, the 2020 Oscar nominations have been officially released, and I'll tell you about all the nominees coming from Disney. A new Gusteau's restaurant sign was just placed over at the France Pavilion in Epcot, and it's sad to say, but just over this past week, opening day cast member from the Polynesian, Aunty passed away. I have all that and more coming up right here on the DRU. Hey everyone, and welcome to the Disney Roundup, where I bring you up to date on what's going on with the Walt Disney Company and Disney parks each and every single week. If you're new to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me so you can stay up to date with the Disney Roundup and check out some other cool videos I'll be posting. In fact, if you haven't already, go ahead and check out my trip to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. It was my first time visiting Star Wars Galaxy's Edge down in Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World, where I got to ride Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Also, for those watching, you can also download the Disney Roundup on podcast now. You can download the Disney Roundup on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And for those that listen to the Disney Roundup on podcast, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hey, it's Jeff. And starting off with company news, the 2020 Oscar nominations are officially in, and here are the ones coming from the Walt Disney Company. Now, the ones that I'm going to read off are, of course, going to be the most notable ones for Disney for the Oscars this year, but I'm not going to mention any of the ones coming from Fox. And I did the same, if you noticed that. I did that with the Academy Award nominations as well, because Disney, they had just purchased Fox over this past year. So while they do own the rights to Fox, they really haven't had enough time, in my opinion, to officially get their hands into any of their content yet, but that's just my thing. So I'm not going to be reading off any of the Fox movies that were nominated, like Ford vs. Ferrari, for instance. But starting off with Best Animated Feature Film, Toy Story 4 was the only nominee coming from Disney to be nominated for this. I hope it wins. As I've mentioned in previous Disney Roundups, I'm a big Toy Story fan. But a lot of people are saying that Frozen 2 was possibly got snubbed from this category. And I kind of agree with that. But I enjoyed Frozen 2, but I was really surprised to see that they did not make a nomination for this category, because I thought Frozen 2 was really good. But moving on to Best Original Song, coming from Frozen 2 for this award was, of course, Into the Unknown by Idina Menzel, and another Toy Story 4 nomination was in this category as well for the song I Can't Let You Throw Yourself Away. Of course, like I just mentioned, that's coming from Toy Story 4 and sung by the great Randy Newman. Now for Best Visual Effects, Avengers Endgame was nominated for this, Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, and The Lion King were nominated for this as well. And honestly, a lot of people are probably going to be saying Avengers Endgame should be winning this, but I would be fine if any of these movies, because all of these movies were so visually appealing. It was insane. But like I mentioned, any of them that win, I'm fine with, honestly. Now, for Best Original Score, John Williams was nominated for this for the Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, and The Rise of Skywalker was also nominated for Best Sound Editing as well. Nominated for Best Animated Short Film was Kit Bull, and the other nomination that Disney had was Best Makeup and Hairstyling, and this came from Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. So there are the nominations from Disney at this year's Oscars. Let me know what you think is most deserving to win at this Oscars from all the nominations I just read off in the comments down below. And just a reminder, you can check out the Oscars Sunday, February 2nd on ABC. Now for outside the parks news. There is a new Club Run Disney. Run Disney is introducing Club Run Disney, a new membership opportunity for runners. Club Run Disney will offer 3 different one-year-long memberships, being Silver, Gold, and Platinum, featuring a range of special benefits that will run from October 1st, 2020 to September 30th, 2021. All Club Run Disney members will receive a welcome package, including an exclusive jacket, and will have access to the lowest race registration pricing all year. A virtual 10K in the fall of 2020 that is exclusively for Club Run Disney members, and a special Club Run Disney designation on race bibs during on-site events. All of these benefits are included with a silver membership, and with a gold membership will include these perks along with early registration access with guaranteed spot in half marathon or marathon distance each race weekend. Platinum membership will have all of these benefits plus early registration with a guaranteed spot in one distance each race weekend, upgraded coral placement, an exclusive expo experience with early admittance to the Run Disney merchandise shop, and a special character meet and greet, access to a Club Run Disney lounge with expedited race packet pickup. Club Run Disney memberships will go on sale Tuesday, February 18th, 2020 at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, just prior to the start of the Disney Princess Half Marathon weekend. And I assume they just announced this new club for Run Disney members because Run Disney events just started over this past weekend at Walt Disney World. But if you're really into running, or if you've done a lot of the Run Disney races, this would be probably something cool to look into. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, original opening day cast member Aunty sadly passed away over this past week. The spirit of Aloha ran deep at Walt Disney World this past week as we received the news surrounded by her loving ohana as Anaka Kawi, Aunty Kawi, had peacefully passed away. Aunty Kawi was a hula master performing in Hawaii when Disney Talent Scouts recruited her to come to California and dance the hula 3 times a day in Adventureland. In 1971, she traveled to Florida as an opening day cast member to launch the first dinner show luau at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. It was supposed to be a 3-month assignment, but Florida agreed with her, and punctuated by occasional returns to Hawaii to participate in hula festivals, Aunty Kawi stayed on. In time, she became a cultural ambassador at Disney's Polynesian Village, greeting guests with her handmade leis and grass skirts and teaching guests and cast alike the dance as the hula as she happily swayed and strummed her ukulele. A photograph with a smiling Aunty Kawi became a coveted treasure for hundreds of thousands of guests, and children sought her out when their families returned for vacations. The day after she passed away, Walt Disney World Resort President Josh D'Amaro visited her home resort together with cast members of Disney's Polynesian Village Resort as they gathered at sunset to remember their longtime friend in Hawaiian and an English song. Afterward, in long-standing Hawaiian tradition, they cast their funeral leis upon the water, an illustration of the cycle of life. A peaceful woman who lived a life of balance and harmony, Aunty Kawi encouraged everyone she met embraced the joy of life. Now for parks news. There is a free roaming R2-D2 now over at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. On your next transport to Batuu in Disneyland Park, you may see a familiar sidekick gliding around, being the famous droid that is R2-D2. A free roaming R2 has also been spotted at Hollywood Studios at Star Wars Launch Bay, so possibly coming to Galaxy's Edge there as well. And my guess is that they're probably just waiting for the crowd levels to die over at Galaxy's Edge before they have room to have R2 explore the grounds as they do with Rey, Chewie, the Stormtroopers, and others. But I like this a lot. Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. It's like, I think, for instance, they should also maybe try to get a C-3PO droid. I think that would be really cool to go through Galaxy's Edge and see R2 with his pal C-3PO. But yes, let me know what you think of that in the comments down below. There is a new sign for Gusteau's restaurant that was just placed over at the France Pavilion in Epcot. The sign for Gusteau's restaurant was just installed above the expanding France Pavilion in World Showcase. Gusteau's is the famed Parisian establishment that is home to Chef Remy from Disney and Pixar's Ratatouille. It is also the soon-to-be setting for Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, the delicious new attraction opening this summer at Epcot. This family-friendly experience will invite you on a super-sized adventure with Chef Remy, where you'll race through Gusteau's kitchen in special trackless ride vehicles. The new sign is visible from the Disney Skyliner gondola system as well as you approach or depart the International Gateway. So this This is pretty cool because I wasn't expecting a Gusteau's restaurant sign, but I like this a lot because they're still kind of adding in more Imagineering and creativity over to this attraction. But let me know what you think of this in the comments down below. Alright everyone, well that's all I have for you for this week's episode of the Disney Roundup. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button for me, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel to receive the Disney Roundup each and every single week. And just a reminder, you can also download the Disney Roundup on podcast now. You can download the Disney Roundup on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Well, that's all I have for you for this week's Disney Roundup, and until next time, we'll see you on the DRU.